Hello everyone. I'm not going to ask you what you're going to do today because this isn't assembly. This is me setting you up for your first day of home learning. So I hope you all had a really lovely holiday, had a great time celebrating with your families. Happy New Year. It's 2021 now. And I am recording this over the weekend. It is Saturday the 2nd of January. So maybe we're going to see you back at school on Tuesday, but I've got a funny feeling that we might not, or if we do, school might not stay open for very long. Let me show you why. So this is what you can see about how important data is and how much it can teach us. So this graph shows us the COVID cases in Maidenhead, and what you can see is through April and July and September it was quite low, and then all of a sudden it started going up. And look, by the time we got to the 1st of January yesterday, it had gone really high. And Halley House School, who's another BPET school who are in Hackney, they were told yesterday, they did think they were going to open, but then they were told that they were going to have to close for a little while to keep everybody safe. And if you have a look at their graph, it looks quite similar. So when I saw that, I thought, I think we might need to get ready for the fact that for a little while, like we did before, to keep everybody safe, we need to do some learning at home. So I'm just preparing this video for you to tell you about a few tasks that you could do so that whatever your first day of home learning is, because I think we are going to have to do it for a little while, whenever your first day of home learning comes, you've got loads of really useful and lovely things that you can be getting on with while your parents are busy organising themselves and everything that needs to happen in your house and your family to prepare for the fact that you're going to be at home for a little while every day rather than at school, and so that your teachers and teaching assistants and everybody else at school can get ready for all the lessons and home learning that's going to happen following this. So we're going to spend the day together. I'm going to explain some things to you that you could do, and then you're going to have plenty of things to keep you busy. So back to home learning. Welcome to home learning, Ash class. It's great fun. I think you're going to love it. For all the rest of us, we are really good at this. We've done it before. We know how it works. You did brilliantly last time. I've got no reason to believe that you will not do as brilliantly this time. I'm going to remind you about a few things that you might need to know to keep your home learning working really well. So let's do this. Remember that everybody in your house is very busy. They would love to be able to help you with your work all day, but they've got lots of other important things that they need to be doing as well. So they're going to be able to help you some of the time, but not all of the time. There are lots of things that you can do to help yourselves. And when you're in school, we teach you to do this all the time. You don't come and ask an adult every time you need something, because you've got lots of other things that you can do to help. So the first thing is, have a really good think. What was I told about what I needed to be doing? See if you can remember. The answer is probably there for you already. If not, the next of our 5 B's, because our first one is brain, the next one is board. So if you were in the classroom, you might look at what the teacher had put on the smartboard or the flip chart or the whiteboard to help you. While you're at home, the answer is probably going to be on your device. It might be on Edmodo, it might be on YouTube, it might be on a sheet that your teacher has given you, but they will be working really hard as we speak to put together work that means that you can complete it at home with all the information that you need to do it. So if you're not sure about what to do, have another check, because the answer is probably in the instructions that you've been given. So we've tried our brain, we've tried our board, we're still not sure. We're going to try a book. So have a think about what resources at home you've got that you might have to help you. You might be able to look in a dictionary or a thesaurus, or you might be able to find some information online that wasn't from your teacher. You might be able to ask Google, for example. If we've come to the 3rd one and we're still really struggling, can we remember what the 4th one is? Because this one's going to be even better to use this time than it was when we did home learning last time. The 4th one is buddy. So we are going to learn, well, you know already, you've been taught a little bit, you're going to learn even more today about Edmodo, which is our wonderful online learning platform that Mr. Morris has taught all the staff how to use. and they had taught all the children how to use. And it is a brilliant idea because it means that you can message your friends on there, and we'll talk about that a bit later on. So that means that if you're not sure about what to do, you could ask somebody else in your class a question before you have to ask an adult. So when it comes to number 5, we've tried all of those things, tried our brain, tried our board, tried our book, tried our buddy, still not sure, then you can ask an adult. But even then, you've got 2 choices. Your first choice is to send a message via Edmodo to a member of staff at school, and they might be able to help you answer it. If you've tried that and you're still not sure, or you haven't had an answer in time, then you could ask a grown-up in your house. So, but remember, that is your very last resort. Don't go running to whichever grown-up is looking after you every single time. There are lots of things that you can try by yourself. But don't worry, today I don't think you're going to need very many things from your grown-ups. I've set some really nice things for you to be able to do pretty much by yourselves at home. So I've got a set of tasks for you to get your brains back into the world of home learning. Okay, so, and you can choose. It would be really great for everybody to do some of these, but you don't have to do all of them. If you are in Ash class, you should try to do at least 2 of the tasks I'm going to talk to you about, please. If you are in Key Stage 1, so you're a downstairs classroom, and you are in Redwood class or Sycamore class, your Key Stage 1, you're going to do at least 3 of the tasks that are shown to you here, please. And if you are in Key Stage 2, upstairs, if you are Year 3, 4, 5 or 6, if you are Oak, Willow, Birch or Maple, I would like you to do at least 4 of these challenges, please. If you've got brothers and sisters at home in other classes, you might decide that you would like to do some of these together, but I will leave that decision up to you. I'm going to send you a copy of this PowerPoint so that you've got some of the information to remind you, but if you're not sure, you could always rewind the video and have another little look. So here we go. What are your choices of things that you could do today? Number 1, I would like you to learn or remind yourselves about how to use Edmodo. Now, Birch class, you love Edmodo because you used it through home learning last time. We saw it work so well that we're going to say that everybody should use it. Now, obviously, if you are in a downstairs classroom, you might need a little bit more help from an adult to be able to do this. But definitely upstairs, you should be able to, once you've got the hang of it, do this all by yourself. So have a go and see if you can learn about it today. Mr. Morris has put together a wonderful video which was meant for your parents to teach them how to use it. But actually, if you're unsure about how to use it, you could have a look. And I've put the link to his YouTube video here. So when you've got this PowerPoint, you'll be able to click on that and find out about it. And then once you've watched that and you know how Edmodo works, and you will have received your link for today's learning through there anyway, so hopefully you've already had a look. What I suggest you do is have a little play around with it and send your friends some messages. That's one of the brilliant things about Edmodo, is that you can talk to each other, so you won't feel so much as though you're sitting at home all by yourself doing your learning. You've got lots of other people that you can talk to help, just like you would have in the classroom. So have fun with that today and have a go. All right then, next one. I would like you to see if you could think about making up a fitness routine. Now, when we did home learning last time, Mr. Bavington did a video every single day for you. And the reason we ask him to do that is being fit and active is really, really, really important in so many ways. Believe it or not, it will help you to concentrate on the rest of your learning if you've moved your body and got your blood pumping and your heart racing. And it's also really good for your mental health. It helps to keep you happy and motivated, and it's also really good for your physical health because your body needs to move around lots. And that's much harder if you're sitting at home all day doing your learning. You have to kind of make yourself move around and do some things. So I would like you to see if you can come up with a fitness routine, because Mr. Bavington won't be doing videos this time. He's going to be in school looking after some of the children who still need to come in because their parents are critical workers or because they need a little bit of extra help. So you could go back and watch some of his YouTube videos, because remember, he's got a whole playlist. That would give you some inspiration. Or you could come up with something of your own. And I would suggest that your fitness routine, if you are a downstairs class, was maybe about 10 minutes long, and if you're an upstairs class, probably needs to be 15 or 20 minutes long. So see if you can think of a whole different range of activities that you could do And if you plan that today, then you would be able to try and do something from that list that you've come up with every single day while you're not at school. So you can do your own kinds of PE stuff, because remember, what you're missing out on as well is your walk down from the car park and you're running around at playtime and things like that. If you can get outside every day, please do, but give yourself a few activities to do as well. You could write them down, you could video yourself, and then you could follow yourself on the video next time. You can think about planning that however you would like to. So that's your second challenge. Okay, the third task that you might like to have a go at, I'm going to give you a couple of writing options. So the first one is to write a thank you note. Now I bet that recently, and for most of you at Christmas, you received some really lovely presents from other people. And I wonder if you've got round to saying a big thank you to them yet. So you could choose who you wrote to, and you could write as many as you liked. I've put some templates of really nice Christmassy borders on Edmodo for you, so that you can have a look at those, and if you can print them off from home, wonderful. You could type them up if you wanted to. If you can't do very much writing yet, then you could draw a picture and maybe write your name and copy the word thank you. If you are upstairs in particular, to be honest, everybody apart from Ash class actually could do loads of writing. You could write at least a paragraph in this thank you note, saying thank you for whatever wonderful present you had, why you liked it so much, how much you've enjoyed it, and then maybe tell them something else about what's been going on or what you did over the Christmas holidays or something like that, because people really like to receive letters like that to say thank you. You might decide that it would be better that you've got a way that you could send a message to that person. So you don't have to put it in the post. You could send an email or a message on all these other virtual platforms that you've got. So you can do it however you like, but maybe have a go at doing some writing today. If you're very organised and you've already done all your Christmas thank yous, or you don't really fancy that, or you don't celebrate Christmas, you can have a go at writing a thank you for something else. So one of the things we were going to be doing this term was writing thank you letters to Braywick Leisure Centre to say thank you so much for allowing us to use their sports pitches for PE, and also for keeping those open when the leisure centre was shut. They did a really special thing for us there, and we wanted to say thank you. So if you would like to write a message or a letter to them, I'd love to see those. Thank you very much. And the last one would be a wild card. Maybe there's somebody else you would like to thank for something else, and that could be absolutely anything. Maybe you'd like to thank your teacher for something wonderful that they've done, or maybe you'd like to thank somebody in your house for something they've done that you think has been wonderful, or maybe somebody completely different. So there's lots of choices today. Okay, another writing task for you. I've put them all together. What about writing about what we have to be grateful for? Now, children are really good at positive thinking, and I don't think you're going to be worried at all about the fact that you have to stay at home for a little bit longer. But sometimes grown-ups find that a little bit harder. So I'm going to suggest that you write about what we have to be grateful for at the moment, and then that will really cheer the adults up when they read it. You can cheer up your grown-ups in your house when they read it, and the staff if you want to send us a copy on Edmodo. And I've got an example here that Alicia wrote during the first lockdown. Now you can't see it, but I've got a printout. I'm going to read it to you. This is an acrostic poem, and it's on the word coronavirus. All right, I'm going to read it to you. It might give you some good ideas. Crazy times with people panic buying, but we've had fun cooking silly meals with odd food that wouldn't be put together normally. Only allowed out once a day for exercise, but we've been spending time together exploring our town on walks and bike rides, and seeing a heron and 12 ducklings. So you might not see any ducklings at this time of year, but you certainly see some ducks. And now you can get outside for as much exercise as you would like. So back to that, make sure that you're doing that. Right, we're on to the R of coronavirus now. Restaurants are closed and we couldn't go for a birthday meal, but we've been eating family meals together every day, which we hardly ever did, and I've learned to cook some meals. Only 9 years old, but I have a better understanding of the world now than I did 1 month ago, and it's inspired me to help to change it. Not allowed to make any unnecessary journeys, but we've played lots of board games together, which we didn't have time for before, and some days I don't need to get dressed. aren't allowed to play football with my club anymore, but have found fun and creative ways of getting exercise at home, like making up dances and learning yoga. There's some great ideas for your fitness routine. Video call is the only time I get to see my daddy, but when this is all over, I'm going to give him the biggest hug ever and go on a fun day out. And remember, video calls are amazing. You can keep in touch with loads of people that way, family and friends. I can't see my friends, which makes me sad, but I can FaceTime them and still have fun, like playing bingo. And now you'll have Edmodo to talk to them on as well. Really struggle to get used to this new life, but I'm saving people's lives by listening to the Prime Minister's rules. Really important. Usually we're always busy and rushing around, but we've enjoyed slowing down and relaxing and staying up late watching films. And finally, the S of coronavirus. School is closed and I can't learn like I'm used to, but I've learned that I can do my work independently and am capable of more than I thought. And I know lots of you would have learnt that in the first lockdown, and that's going to carry on for a little while now. So thanks, Alicia. I hope you don't mind me sharing that. Hopefully you've given people some really great inspiration for their writing today. Okay, not all my tasks are writing focused. I've got another one for you. Read, 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 read. And there are loads of ways that you can do this. Teachers know that absolutely the best way to unlock education is to practice your reading. If you can read, the world opens up to you. And even if you can read all of the words on the page, you will benefit so much from broadening the wide range of texts that you've read and the things that teaches you and that you learn by doing it. So there are loads of different ways that you can read. You've got access to Bug Club at home. I'm sure you've got loads of books at home that you could read. I think the library is still doing click and collect. You could listen to audio books, and of course if you go to the Brawick Court YouTube channel, we recorded masses of story times last time. So there's a picture book section and there's a chapter book section, so there's something for everybody. My personal favourite is that amazing Miss Cooper recorded the whole of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which is one of my most favourite stories ever. So loads of different choices for you, and even if you've listened to some of them before, it will never do any harm to listen to them again. So in some form or another, please make sure that you read every day and find a way of reading something for me today to get you started and into good habits. Right then, how about this one? How many people's bedrooms look like this picture here? I bet some of yours do. And so I would like you to have a think about giving that a tidy up today, and I would like you to provide some evidence. Now you don't have to do this, but it would be great fun if you could take a photograph of your bedroom before you've tidied it, and then take a photograph after you've tidied it and put those on Edmodo, because that will make us think what an amazing tidier-upper you are, and it will be a really great practice of uploading things to Edmodo. So that would be really great. And look what I've written here. Tidying up your room should include finding homes for all your Christmas presents. This is a challenge every year. If you're lucky enough to have received loads of lovely new things, I bet that at least some of those are kind of hanging around without a home at the moment. So I wonder if you can find a shelf or a cupboard or something where it would be a really good place for it to live. And I think the grown-ups in your house would be really pleased if you did that. Which leads me on to the resurrection of the housework challenge. So when we were in lockdown before, every single day the children were asked to do one thing at home to help around the house. I'm going to show you the video that we showed you at the time about it. We're going to do this again. For now, because we don't know how long this is going to be for now you can do this and collect house points. Just keep a tally of those. But if we think this might be going on for a bit longer, we'll set a whole separate challenge for you with a prize at the end. But still worth doing it for house points, because remember, we're all playing for that ice cream party at the end of the year. Right, have a quick look at this video which my family made to give you some inspiration for helping around the house.
Well, he's
you're just about to get going, then they have got a little video that they've put together to help.
Greywick's Housework Challenge. Complete at least one of these tasks each day. For every task you do, you'll get 1 house point. Get an adult to keep count of your points and email the teacher by Thursday so your points will be added to the total. A points tally will be in assembly and added to the newsletter each week. When school reopens, the house with the most points will be awarded to a celebration breakfast. Good luck. You can do the hoovering.
You can put the rubbish out.
You can put your toys away.
You can do the dusting.
You can do the washing up. Or you can load and unload the dishwasher.
You can put the socks in the laundry.
Clear the table after a meal.
After. You make your own breakfast. You can even make your bed.
And you can feed your pets.
Or adult's choice.
I hope you really. There we go. So there's some inspiration of things that you could do. And what I will send to you, let me find it, is a copy of the bingo sheet that gives you all of those different ideas. Because not only does this collect you loads of house points, but it also really helps the grown-ups in your house. So if you could do that, that would be wonderful. Right, I'm going to leave that there because I don't want to mess around with it. And let's go back to the slideshow. So, housework challenge. Maybe first day you could do more than one. That would be really nice. I'm very happy to give out more house points because I'd really like you to do some very good helping around the house. And that concludes my tasks for you today. So, day 1 of home learning, we're just going to ease ourselves in and get the hang of this. Remember, there's loads of things that you can do without having to ask an adult to help. Have loads of fun exploring Edmodo, messaging your friends and having a great time. And then by tomorrow, your teachers will have some more formal lessons for you to take part in and some activities to do at home. Okay? Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I'll see you soon.